Hello, anyone that's still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we are here today with episode number 47 of the Nebraska City Wildcats Dynasty here on NCAA 14. Today it's week 11 maybe, and the number 5th ranked Nebraska City Wildcats coming into the game 8-0, leading the American division of the American Athletic. They're playing host to the 4-4 UConn Huskies, who come in at 2-2 in conference. You can take a look at both division standings there. And yes, it is week number 11. Nebraska City comes in at 8-0. They are number 5 in the nation. We'll see if they can get a win against the 4-4 UConn Huskies right here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Laughlin Stadium in Nebraska City, Nebraska. We got a week 11 matchup here for you today between the 8-0 number 5 Nebraska City Wildcats and the 4-4 UConn Huskies. UConn will win the toss and they elect to defer. And so Tyree will be back to return this one for the Wildcats. Tyree's got a block. Tyree out across the 40 down to about the 44, and that's a great starting return there for Tyree. And out comes this Nebraska City offense led by junior quarterback Randall Glopter, who had a really good game last week. We'll see if we can get more of the same here this week. Here we go, first down for Nebraska City. They'll give to Irby. Irby breaks a tackle on first down, tries to put on the spin move, but it fails. Still again a 4 on first down. You see a season rushing yards, 210 carries, 1,230 yards, and I think that's at 12 touchdowns. Anyway, sets up a 2nd and 6 from their own 47 here. 30 seconds into the game. Here you go, 2nd and 6. The handoff goes to Irby right up to the middle, and Arthur Irby again a 9. First down, move those chains for the Wildcats. 2 carries, 13 yards today for Arthur Irby, and it's a first down at the UConn 44. And remember, this good field position was set up by a strong kickoff return by Michael Tyree. Got it out across the 40, and on first down, Irby will cut up field for 6 more yards, so 3 plays, 19 yards, and all of a sudden they're almost inside the 40. Actually, they are inside the 40. Call it 2nd and 4 from the 39 of UConn. 6:45 to go, first quarter here. Nebraska City marching right down the field on their opening drive. They give to Irby again. Irby tries to follow his blockers. He falls forward, picks up a gain of 5. That's another first down for Nebraska City. 4 carries, 24 yards for the senior tailback. And they're down to the 34 of UConn here. Under 6.5 to go first quarter. Nebraska City looking to strike first on their opening drive of the game. They'll give to Irby, and Irby's tripped up after a gain of 3. So a short gain there for Irby on first down, sets up a 2nd and 7 from the Connecticut 30. 5 carries, 27 yards for Irby. It's 2nd and 7 here for Nebraska City, coming up on 5:50 to go opening quarter. Looks on the screen, it's Coe and Kendrick Coe brought down after a gain of 1. That'll set up a 3rd and 6. Got it at the 30. 5.5 to go first quarter. First third down of the day here for Nebraska City. Those underneath, caught by Meadows. There's a flag down. Was it maybe a face mask? And that is indeed what the call is. Meadows had enough for the first down anyway. They'll take the free yardage and set up first down at the 11. So in the red zone here on their first drive of the game, Nebraska City looking to take advantage and cash in for 6. Current drive has gotten 7 plays, 41 yards, a little over 2.5 minutes. And we are coming up on 5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. They're 11 yards away from a touchdown on their first drive of the game. Irby will go up the middle for 3 on first down. Sets up a 2nd and 7 from the 8 of UConn. Six carries, 30 yards today for Irby. It's 2nd and 7 from the UConn 8. 4:40 to go opening quarter. They'll give to Irby, who's blown up immediately, brought down in the backfield. Jefferson Ashiru there to make the play for the Huskies. Sets up 3rd and 8 from the 9. Third down and 8, ball on the 9 of UConn. We'll see if Nebraska City can cash in for 6 or if they'll have to settle for a field goal here on this opening drive. Klopter has a man wide open underneath. It's Smith and touchdown Nebraska City. Micah Smith dragged a defender with him into the end zone, and the sophomore tight end will open the scoring here today. 9-yard strike on 3rd down and 8. And 4:08 to go first quarter. Nebraska City's opened up a 7-0 lead, extra point pending. A 10-play, 52-yard drive in just about 4 minutes. And the extra point is right down the middle. So 4:08 to go opening quarter. It's 7-0 Nebraska City. Humbuckle's kick will go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. And we'll see what this UConn offense has up their sleeves for their first drive of the game. They're starting at their own 25, down 7-0. Wait to go first quarter. Cochran going to be blown up in the backfield. Humbuckle there to make the play. Casey Cochran brought down. It's the last 4. Humbuckle, the safety, just read that play like a book. And it was an easy 4-yard loss. Cochran never had a chance. Sets up 2nd and 14 for UConn here. Cochran back to pass. Those underneath, incomplete. Sets up a quick 3rd and 14 now from the 21. Still 3:42 to go first quarter. Nebraska City marched right down the field and took a 7-0 lead on their opening drive. UConn trying to answer here. Those underneath, incomplete. Casey Cochran threw that one out of bounds. And that's a quick 3 and out for UConn. The punt will be taken by Tyree from about his own 42. He'll return it for a gain of 14. And Nebraska City will set up shop at the UConn 43. First and 10 here for for Nebraska City. Starting in opposing territory, already up 7-0. 3:31 to go, still first quarter. Those underneath, dropped by Meadows, incomplete. Klopter 3 of 4, 17 yards and a touchdown. And his first incompletion comes on a drop. So now it's 2nd and 10 from the UConn 43, 3:27 to go first quarter. Klopter goes right up the middle on the design QB run. Tack on 15 more yards for a face mask, and now they got it at the 22 of the Huskies. Julian Campenny, the guilty party there. And now they're 2 yards away from the red zone again. First down while at the UConn 42 here for Nebraska City. Coming up on 3:10 to go here opening quarter. The Wildcats already up 7-0. Arthur Irby, he's going to go on the counter for a gain of 4. 8 carries, 33 yards for Arthur Irby. And this is as good a time as any to mention that lately, the past couple weeks, there have been rumors swirling around of the Big 12 or the Big 10 looking to expand, and Nebraska City being a possible candidate for either one of those two conferences. We'll have to see how that ends up, obviously, once the year is all said and done. Glopster wants to scramble on 2nd and 6. No one's open. And it's a 13-yard scramble for the junior quarterback. 13 yards sets up 1st and goal. 2 carries, 19 yards for Glopter. It's 1st and goal from the UConn 5, and the Wildcats are knocking on the door again. But they've lost really no momentum from the first 2 seasons under Jack Gingerball with new head coach, former offensive coordinator Christian Horn. They just kept chugging right along. They're 8-0. And the past couple weeks there have been lots of blowouts. So we'll see if the administration will end up making the call to jump to the either Big 12 or Big 10 here in the off season. I guess if any, it would probably be the Big 12. Here we go, 2nd and goal from the 2.5 yard line. Coming up on a minute and a half to go here, opening quarter. The Wildcats are going to take a 14-point lead, and they will as Arthur Irby is in pretty much untouched. Actually, he was untouched. There's no pretty much about it. Easy 2-yard touchdown run, and now it's 14-0 pending the extra point, which is right down the middle. And so first quarter's not even out yet, and it's already a 14-point Nebraska City lead. Studio update: Louisiana Lafayette leads USF 7-0. About a minute gone there, first quarter in that one. Our score here is Nebraska City 14, UConn 0. Minute 33 left, first quarter. And Humbuckle's kick will go out of the back of the end zone again, and it'll come back out to the 25. Team defense, they've got -4 yards to UConn so far, averaging -1 yards per play. And we'll see if they can get some positive momentum going on this drive and attempt to cut into this 2-score Wildcat lead. De Lorenzo giving the handoff. He's going to go up the middle for a gain of 7. Max De Lorenzo with 1 carry for 7 yards. And that'll put the Huskies into positive offensive yardage and it took them 2 drives to do it. De Lorenzo up the middle again. Pick up 4 more. First down, UConn. They are out to the 36 now. Minute to go here, first quarter. It's 14-0, and Dixon going to break a couple tackles. Courtney Dixon up the middle for a gain of 9. And just like we're saying, it looks like we might be headed for back-to-back blowouts. And all of a sudden, Nebraska City's defense is giving up some ground here to UConn. Although that one's thrown incomplete. No one really open. A couple of Nebraska City defenders in the area. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Huskies 0-1 on 3rd downs today. They only need a yard here, though. They'll give it up the middle, and Williams is going to have enough for the first. Got 2, only needed 1. And so that's a fresh set of downs here for UConn at their own 47. Coming up on probably the final play or 2 here in this opening quarter. Cochran has a man open underneath. It's McKeon. And Sean McKeon, 15 yards and a first down into Nebraska City territory. They've got it at the Wildcat 38. And this should be the final play of the opening quarter here. They'll go read option. Cochran going to be brought down. Loss of 3. Smith was there first. I don't think they'll give him credit for the tackle, though. And that brings an end to this opening quarter. After 1, number 5 Nebraska City leads UConn 14-0. Harry Hombuckle with his second tackle today. Both of them have been for loss. And it's 2nd and 13 for UConn as we begin the second quarter. Throws underneath to Joseph Williams. Gain of 4. Sets up a 3rd and call it 9. Ball is out the Nebraska City 37. Cochran throws underneath. Dropped by De Lorenzo. Incomplete. And UConn is going to send out the punt formation. They're not going to try a field goal, and they're not even going to just go for it. They're just going to kick it away, gain about 10 yards of field position, as that will go into the end zone for a touchback. And so come out to the 20, and that is where Nebraska City will set up shop for their third drive. Their first 2 drives both ended up in touchdowns. We'll see if it's more of the same here on the third. Irby tries to put on the spin move, stumbles a little bit, tries to regain his footing, but can't. Still a gain of 6. The senior with 11 carries, 44 yards, and a score. Set up a 2nd and 4. Ball is at the 26-yard line. Minute gone here, second quarter. Nebraska City already up 14-0. Well, after feeling the pressure, decides to scramble, and he's not going to get the first. Scramble of 2, maybe 3, sets up a 3rd and 1 at the 29. So a 3rd down and short here for Nebraska City. 6.5 to go here, first half. The Wildcats already up 14-0 on UConn. 3rd and 1, they're going to go right up the middle, and Irby's got the first down on a 3-yard rush. 12 carries, 47 yards, and a score for Arthur Irby. Cam Penny with his 5th tackle already there on that last play. And it's a first down from their own 32 coming up on 6 minutes to go first half. Already a 14-0 Nebraska City lead. They want more, and Arthur Irby might give it to him. Tripped up by his shoestrings, but that's a huge run right there. 13 carries, 77 yards, and a score for Irby. And they went from their own 32 to the 38 of the Huskies on one play. First down on the UConn 38 after the huge run by Irby. We are coming up on 5:50 to go now, first half. And again, there's just been a lot of running room here for Nebraska City so far today. They haven't really had to put it in the air much because there have been lanes for them on the ground. And Irby going to bounce off a couple tackles, pick up 4. 14 carries, 81 yards, and a score for Irby, averaging a little over 5 yards per carry. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the UConn 34. Coming up on 5:15 to go now, first half. Nebraska City on the move again. Already up 14-0, looking to just make it a flat-out 3-score lead right here. Irby going right up the middle for a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd down. But it's 3rd and short. The Wildcats 3 of 3 on 3rd downs. Need 3 to convert right here. 4:45 to go first half. It's 14-0 Nebraska City. Has a man wide open underneath Burdett Meadows. He'll bounce off a couple tackles. And he got 11 yards on 3rd and 3. Move those chains for the Wildcats. Now they're down to the 21 at UConn, a yard shy of the red zone again. Glopter is 4 of 5, 28 yards in the score. We got 4.5 to go here first half. Nebraska City on the move, looking to take a commanding 3-score lead, but Glopter's blown up in the backfield. Although he's going to be brought down by his face mask. And instead of a loss of 3, it'll be 15 free yards, a first down at the 12 of UConn. Opie Melifonte Fonwu there to make the play. But he also used the face mask to make it. Now put Nebraska City into the red zone. Got it at the 12. Third red zone trip and 3 drives for Nebraska City. The first 2 resulted in touchdowns. I don't see any reason why this one should be different. They'll hand it to Irby up the middle. Arthur Irby going to get again a 6 on first down. 16 carries, 90 yards, and the score for Irby. It's 2nd and 4 from the UConn 6. Second and 4. Ball's at the 6. Coming up on 3.5 to go here, opening half. Nebraska City knocking on the door, looking to take a commanding lead, but Glopter's blown up. They came with a blitz and a Shiu there with the sack. Brings up a 3rd down and 12. Ball's on the UConn 14. 4-4 on 3rd downs today, but since you're already in field goal range, if no one's open, you can take a sack and just live to see a field goal try. And Glopter tried throwing across his body, nearly intercepted. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the turf, incomplete. Williams' field goal is good. And with 2:09 to go, first half, it's 17-0 Nebraska City. The Wildcats are dominating again for, the 3rd week, 4th week in a row now. They have not played very many close games this year. This their first year in the American, the step up after being in the MAC their first 2 years. This year, there really hasn't been much difference, really, just lots of blowouts. They give to De Lorenzo, who's going to go right up the middle. He's still going. Max De Lorenzo, a 24-yard rush on first down. 3 carries, 35 yards for De Lorenzo. It's a first down from their own 49. And just as soon as we're saying, looks like we're heading for another blowout, UConn going to try and say something about that. It is 2nd and 10 from their own 49. 2:43 left first half. If UConn can get a touchdown here before halftime, they would get the ball to start the 3rd quarter and they can make it a 1-score game. But first they gotta get points. Nearly a diving catch by McKeon. Holy cow. What a fantastic effort, but it'll come up short. And so now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 10 and Nebraska City's a play away from getting the ball back with 2.5 still to go. Cochran throws underneath, caught by De Lorenzo. Gain of 3, nowhere near the first down. We'll see if they go for it or if they punt it away. Looking like they're going to try the punt. Probably run the play clock down as much as they can. Punt will bounce into the end zone. It's a touchback. We take a look at the great teamwork of Glopter, Irby, and Burdett Meadows. This very balanced offensive attack and an effective offensive attack as well. So 2:08 to go first half. Nebraska City up 17-0 against UConn. They still got 3 timeouts and they could really put this one away before we even go into the locker room at halftime if they can get a little 2-minute drive here. 7 yards on first down for Irby. He's got 17 carries, 97 yards, and a score. It'll be 2nd and 3 from their own 27. Goes out of the backfield. Nice catch by Irby. He's still going to be brought down shy of the first. 3rd down and 1, and now maybe UConn can finally get off the field. And this defense can finally force a punt of some sort. Both teams still have 3 timeouts, so we could still see a chance of some momentum going UConn's way, but Irby goes right up the middle for a gain of 6. He'll pick up the first down, and Joe over 100 yards on the same play. 18 carries, 103 yards for the senior tailback here today. And they got it to their own 35, but they are not really being concerned with the time right now, as we're down to already about a minute to go first half. As the man wide open underneath, it's Micah Smith. 17 yards in the UConn territory. Smith, 2 catches, 26 yards in the score. Glopter, 6 of 8 for 48 yards in the score. And they're going to try and go hurry up here as they're into enemy territory. Under 50 seconds now to go first half. Glopter hit as he throws, incomplete. I'll set up a 2nd and 10, and it's basically a free timeout after the incompletion. They got it at the 48 of UConn here. 46 seconds left first half. Still 3 timeouts to work with. Those underneath. Poor throw. Didn't see Owi Melifonwu there. And that was nearly an interception. Instead, Obi Melifonwu there doing a nice job to just knock it down. 43 seconds left first half. They'll go to the screen now. And Arthur Irby, a ton of daylight on the screen. Inside the 20, breaks a couple tackles. He'll get inside the 15, 34 yards on 3rd and 10. 2 catches, 37 yards for Irby. Nebraska City will take a timeout as we are 35 seconds left. Ball at the 15. 4th red zone trip. 2 touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3. They're going to go read option now, and Randall Glopter has all kinds of daylight. He's in untouched. Touchdown, Nebraska City. A 15-yard touchdown run for Randall Glopter on the read option. And it is all Nebraska City right now, fellas. 32 seconds left first half. It's 24-0 Wildcats. They are running away from everyone here in conference play. They have run away from pretty much every team except for maybe 2. I think the West Virginia game back in like week 2, week 3 was pretty close. And the LSU game facing their old coach, that one was a pretty close game as well. So really they've only played in 2 tight games this year if I remember correctly. And the rest have been blowouts. And this one's certainly looking to fall out. Trend is down goes Cochran on first down. Alonzo Kemp with the sack. Let's head up 2nd and 17. Look at that. That says it all. 210 yards of offense for Nebraska City in this first half. Only like 54 for UConn. And we'll see if they elect to take another snap or if they'll just run out the clock and head to the locker room down by 24. It looks like they're just going to let the clock run out on this first half. Actually, they'll snap it with about a second left. Throw underneath to De Lorenzo for 4 yards. But that'll do it for this first half of play. Another dominating performance for the number 5 Nebraska City Wildcats. They lead UConn 24-0 at halftime. It's looking like we're seeing another blowout on tap here, unless UConn can come up with some miracle comeback plan here in the second half. Team defense, they've given up 58 yards, averaging 3 yards a play, and they've also got a sack. We'll see what else this Nebraska City defense has up their sleeve. As it is first down here. Cochran feeling the pressure. He's going to be sacked again. Loss of 8 on first down. Guess who? It's Alonzo Kemp again. 2nd and 18 from their own 17 now. And the last thing you want to do is go 3-and-out and give the ball right back to a Nebraska City offense to move the ball up and down the field at will. A diving catch there by Sean McKeon, only good for a gain of 5 though. It's still 3rd and 13. Cochran 5 of 11, 31 yards. UConn 1 of 4 on 3rd downs today. We'll see if they can get the 13 yards needed for the first here if it's a 3-and-out, and it'll be a first down as J.D. Smith will pick up 15. But I would not be surprised, as I was saying earlier, we've been hearing some rumors here this past week as Nebraska City has climbed up to the top 5 now. The Big 12 would be interested as that's picked up by Williams. And so they get the first down and then they throw a pick. A nice interception there by Williams. Good defense on the play as well. Just wonderful coverage, easy interception. And now they're starting at about the UConn 40. But as I was saying, we've been hearing some rumors that the Big 12 would be looking to add on, try and get enough teams to form a conference title game. And we're hearing Nebraska City might be one of the teams they would be considering. As Irby will get a gain of about 11 there on first down. First down from the 29 of UConn. 13 first downs for Nebraska City, only 5 for the Huskies. And I mean, I'm sure Nebraska City would love to move to the Big 12 if they were offered. 20 carries, 126 yards in the score today for the senior tailback Irby. And surprise, surprise, it's another red zone trip here for the Wildcats. 26 rushes, only 11 pass plays. But they're still up 24-0 on the strength of 3 touchdowns and 1 field goal on their 4 previous red zone trips. We'll see if they can get another touchdown here on trip number 5. On first down, Irby right up the middle, gain of 5. 21 carries, 131 yards in the score for the senior tailback. Down to the 12 of UConn now. Jefferson Ishiru with his 5th tackle after making the stop on that last play. Now it's 2nd and 5 here for the Wildcats. 5:50 to go, 3rd quarter. And the man open, wide open, all alone in the end zone. Easy touchdown. Jamal Gonzalez, 12-yard strike from Randall Glopter. And now it's 30-0, 31-0 pending the extra point. Still 5:45 to go, 3rd quarter. And this game has been definitely put to bed if it wasn't already over before halftime. As we got a studio update. Glopster's 8 of 12, 94 yards, and now 2 touchdowns. Studio update, Memphis leads SMU 10-0. 7:03 to go until halftime there. The Tigers are 7-1 this year. And we've been hearing also, Memphis could be someone else the Big 12 is looking at. So you could see 2 American teams, Memphis and Nebraska City, potentially moving to the Big 12, but we'll have to see how it all shakes up. As first-year head coach Christian Horn, gotta be proud of how his defense has played today. Pretty much how they played all year long, just very stifling. UConn still only at 70 yards of offense. They've been sacked twice and they've thrown 1 interception. Cochran 6 of 14, 46 yards and a pick. And it's worth noting that even though Horn was just the offensive coordinator each of the last 2 years, he played a big role in recruiting a lot of the impact players you're seeing on defense now. He also recruited Gonzalez and Smith. But he did defensive recruiting as well. They just put him in charge of recruiting everyone. It's nice getting to actually coach some of the people he recruited to try and come here and play under the former head coach Jack Gingerball. But you know what? I've been interviewing some of these guys this year, and They love playing for Coach Horn. Like, they signed up to play for head coach Jack Gingerball, but when he left and Nebraska City promoted Christian Horn from offensive coordinator to defensive coordinator, well, you know what, it's like they never missed a beat. The guy who recruited them to come here just gets to coach them now instead of only worrying about offense. No, we didn't really cover much what happened. You didn't miss anything. It was a punt. 4th and 14, a punt, 13-yard return for Michael Tyree. First down at the 46 of UConn. Still 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. And it's still 31-0, although Nebraska City could still add on. They'll give to Irby. Irby only gets a yard right there. So that's actually one of the better plays this UConn defense has had today. 22 carries, 132 yards in the score today for Irby. And if you get a touchdown on this drive, maybe you start to see the second team come in a little bit. Irby goes up the middle for a gain of about 8. Sets up a 3rd and short. Call it 3rd and 1. 23 carries, 139 yards in the score for Irby. 6 of 7 on third downs. They only need a yard right here. And they're going to get it as Irby will get 4. Needed 1, got 4. 24 carries, 143 yards in the score. Averaging 6 yards a carry is Irby today. Randall Glomp just chipped in with 94 yards passing, 2 scores through the air. Also added a touchdown on the ground and probably some 20, 30 yards rushing of his own. Irby 6 more yards on first down, sets up 2nd and 4. And they're just pounding it right up the middle. 25 carries, 149 yards in the score for Irby. And I'd be willing to guess a touchdown on this drive, and you'll see the second team start to come in. As Irby's going to get nothing right there, though. Ashiru there to make the play again. 26 carries, 149 yards in the score for Arthur Irby. It's 3rd and 3 at the 27 of UConn, 7 of 8 on third downs. Coming up on 3 minutes to go here, third quarter. Has the man open underneath, it's Gonzalez. He got 3 yards, but they're not going to give him the first. And I don't know if at this point they're really in field goal range. I mean, it's about a 41-yarder. There's not much difference between a 34-point lead and a 31-point lead. They're just trying to get the first down and officially put this game to bed. Although, in all actuality, this game has been over long before this point. But Irby goes up the middle for a first down to the 20. Until this drive continues, and we'll see if they can get the touchdown that'll see the second team come on. 6 red zone trip, the first 5 that in 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Irby up the middle, he's got 8 yards, sets up a 2nd and 2. 28 carries, 162 yards in the score for Irby. It is 2nd and 2 from the 11 of UConn here, as we have about 2 minutes to go here, third quarter. Nebraska City really just looking for the final nail in the coffin here. Now the man wide open underneath, it's Meadows. Tries to cut up field, can't get it. Gain of 9 though. 3 catches, 27 yards for Meadows. It's 1st and goal from the 3. Glopter, 10 of 14, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Adding in a pretty solid day on the ground, and now it's 1st and goal. And Nebraska City trying to punch it in. Irby's in, touchdown Wildcats. 3-yard touchdown run, and that might do it. See the second team offense and defense come in, give the backup some playing time. As there is a minute 41 to go in the third quarter, and it is now 38-0 Nebraska City. Studio update, Memphis now leads SMU 17-7. Minute 26 to go, first half there. Hornbuckle's kick will probably go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. I won't make it out of the back of the end zone, but they'll just take a knee anyway, so the effect is the same. Offense at a glance, 296 yards for Nebraska City, only 66 for UConn. 66 yards on 22 plays. Well, actually 25 plays, no less. And yeah, that'll do it for the starting offense and defense, as the backups are now in. It's a 38-point lead, 38-0. Minute 41 to go, third quarter. Coach Horn is calling off the dogs. Let the backups get some valuable playing time now. And down goes Cochran again. It's a loss of 6. Unbelievable. The backups come in, and their first play is a sack. It's Clinton Hearn there. And now we might be seeing some of the guys here, maybe redshirt freshmen. Knocked away by Harry Hornbuckle. You got 2 tackles and now a deflection. 7 of 17, 42 yards and a pick. It's 3rd and 16 here now for Nebraska City. Cochran back to pass, throws underneath, knocked away, incomplete. George Williams with the deflection. And so that's another 3 and out for UConn. And we'll see what the second team offense will look like. You got Jeremy Randall, the redshirt freshman tailback. He'll get some playing time now. And we might get a look at what the future of the quarterback position will look like. Whether Glopter leaves, goes pro after this year, or if he comes back for his senior year in 2 years, that'll be maybe what the quarterback position looks like. Except I think, never mind, Hornbuckle is probably a senior, if I remember correctly. Jerry Hornbuckle going to be brought down after a gain of 6. They got at the 45 of UConn already. And that'll put them over 300 yards of offense on the day. They'll give to Jeremy Randall. Jeremy Randall looking good here. 11-yard rush, sets up a first down. Randall has not gotten a ton of playing time this year, but he's going to get it now in some mop-up duty, as this game has been out of hand before even the fourth quarter. Sometimes it takes a big fourth quarter to really help put the game away. And other times they're trying to pad some stats, but I mean, the stats really spoke for themselves. There's nothing to try and make up for. Usually Glopter stayed in because he wanted to try and make up for some boneheaded pick. But there's no boneheaded pick this game. Not this week, just 2 easy touchdowns. That'll do it for the third quarter. It's 38-0 Nebraska City after 3. They got a 2nd and 10 right here. Randall going to be brought down in the backfield. And really, you're already kind of close to field goal range. Michael Myers with the tackle right there. Randall with 3 carries for 10 yards. 7 of 9 on third downs today. It's 3rd and 11 right here. They'll go to the screen. Randall makes a man miss, and he's got the first down. 12 yards on the screen. And Jeremy Randall is looking like a capable backup should Irby ever go down with an injury. That's something that happened a lot the past 2 years with starting tailback Colt McCrybaby. Hasn't happened quite so much this year, though. They'll give to Randall, who is blown up at the line of scrimmage. And the backup offensive linemen are struggling with blocks. 4 carries, 10 yards for Randall. We'll see if they can maybe find him some running room. Hello, Reefy DeBoss 2. How are you doing? And Jalen 567. My favorite college team is Nebraska, actually. Big Cornhusker fan. As Randall goes up the middle for a gain of 2. Sets up a 3rd and 8 from the 21. They'll probably run it again, just kick a field goal if they don't get the first down. Eight of 10 on 3rd downs. They need 8 here on 3rd and 8. They'll give to Randall. Randall tries to find some running room. He's got a gain of 6. 6 carries, 18 yards for Randall. It is 4th and 2 from the 15, and they'll just kick the field goal now. He's 1 for 1 today with a 31-yarder earlier. 7th red zone trip, 5 touchdowns, and a field goal. Their first 2 trying to make it field goal number 2. And the kick will squeeze inside the right uprights. Oh, you're an Ohio State fan? Yeah, you guys definitely did blow Nebraska out. That was an ugly game. What year am I in? This is year 3 of the Dynasty, so what, the 2016 season maybe? I don't know, it's year 3, I know that much. I think it's the 2016 season in this game, but maybe not. I don't remember correctly the year. It's just the 3rd season of this. Take a look at getting defensive. You're a Michigan State fan. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this year? I know they've kind of struggled, but are you seeing some changes making that make you looking excited and like the next couple of years will be pretty good for you guys? Or I personally think D'Antonio's a pretty good coach. I'm not really sure what happened to him this year, though. Alright, a 2nd and 5 here for UConn. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the game. Cochran feeling the pressure. Throws knocked away by Juan Suggs. And so that'll set up a 3rd down and 5. 8 of 20, 47 yards and a pick today for Casey Cochran. And UConn is going to fall to 4 and 5. Nebraska City will improve to 9 and 0. And we'll see if they can move up in the polls at all or if they will stay at number 5. This has been a pretty dominating performance. The backups have played almost most of the second half. They came in about halfway through the 3rd quarter. But now it's the 1st down. They're finally across midfield. You think they're better than their record is? I could buy that. I think they played a couple of top teams close. I just don't know what their problem is for losing all the games. Because I don't, completely follow them. Has it been quarterback play, or is it the defense, or just injuries, or I'm not sure. What do you think? Alright, here's a 2nd and 10 from the 47. Right now, UConn's playing for pride and to not be shut out. 3 of 8 on 3rd downs today is UConn. It's 3rd and 10 right here. 4:45 still to go in this absolute domination. Cochran feeling the pressure, gets away, and he's just gonna just throw it away. Sets up a 4th and 10, and UConn's going to punt again. I kind of figured once the backup defense came in, the shutout would go out the window, but it really hasn't yet. You take a look at the offense at a glance, just total domination already up to almost 3.5 yards of offense. You guys lost a lot of good pieces. Yeah, like Connor Cook, I think you lost a couple of big key defensive players. Michael Myers there to make the play in the backfield on first down. 7 carries, 16 yards for Randall. The problem is the backup offensive linemen are not very good. So it's hard for him to get some running room, so we really don't know how good he's going to be because the offensive line can't block for him. Randall not going to get anything again. Alright, we are going to bring in the starting offensive line just so I can judge what the backup halfback looks like, what his skill is. Oh, you know what? That might just be the easiest way to do that. What I use for Team Builder and what should be your name? Oh, what set? This one is Buffalo's roster, I think. Actually, this was a team builder. This is a team one of my friends created for me because he thought it would be cool for me to use one of his, for him to create a team and for me to use it in a Dynasty. So I believe he used Buffalo's roster template, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Like, I don't completely remember. Michael Myers there again, and Randall is just, he's struggling right now. Hopefully he improves in the offseason because he's going to be the starter. I don't know how much of it is just he was trying to play behind that backup offensive line, and just he's not quite as great. But yeah, my friend Crazed Donuts, he was the one who created this team, and I think he used Buffalo's roster template. So I don't know, if you want it to be pretty much easier. And then what he did was, I think he made a really good running back who would always get hurt, and he made a really good quarterback. And he just left it at that. Otherwise, he didn't really change much from the template. What team is going to win the championship? I assume you mean who do I think is going to win the playoffs this year? And I gotta go with Alabama. They've just looked really good like all year. They haven't really. Their toughest game came against LSU, I think, and they still won like 10-0. So I don't know. I would say Alabama, but if one of them were to lose, Ohio State's been on a tear. So if they can sneak in, because I don't know if they can win the division, because I don't think Penn State's going to lose to Michigan State. But if they get 2 Big Ten teams in, I could see Ohio State challenging Alabama maybe. Otherwise, I just don't know who else is going to stop them this year, honestly. On first down, Cochran will throw incomplete. You think your team will be the California Central Bobcats? Alright. And thanks for the follow, by the way, man. Appreciate it. Second and 10 here for UConn. They're down 41-0. Gonna try and get some momentum going, maybe get a score here to try and carry some momentum into the next game. Cochran is now to almost 100 yards passing. You beat him 2 years ago? Yeah, I remember that game. That was a pretty good game. I think Elliott was the MVP of that game, if I remember correctly. I don't know, maybe it wasn't, but in my opinion, he should have been. And here we go. It is first down at the 38. And Cochran going to get away from one. He's going to hand it off to De Lorenzo. De Lorenzo with 5 carries, 47 yards. And now they're definitely over 100 yards of offense. But a lot of this came against backups because when the Stars came in, they were at like 60. 2nd and 4. Cochran throwing deep. Knocked away by Suggs again. What team do I like in the NFL? I'm a Carolina fan. I liked them since back in the days when they had Steve Smith and Jake Delhomme. So what, like 2003, 2004, I think was when I remember really starting to follow them. They're going to break a tackle, and there goes the shutout. Brian Lamel, a 32-yard touchdown reception with the minute 6 left. And the shutout is over. But yeah, I'm a Carolina fan for pros. Although this year I'm rooting for Baltimore to try and get Steve Smith a ring before he retires. I don't know if it's going to happen though. I think they've struggled lately. And now comes UConn trying the onside kick. Picked up by Coles. He's just going to fall down. Oh, is Wisconsin #1 in this Dynasty? I haven't paid a ton of attention. I don't know, they're, what, 8, 7, something like that in real life, aren't they? Randall gonna get a gain of 1. I think Randall's problem is he's just gotta get faster. He's not very fast right now. You're a Raiders fan? What's their record this year? I mean, I know they're doing pretty good. I think they're about to make the playoffs, but I don't know their exact win-loss record. Alright, 2nd and 9. Nebraska City called the timeout to try and flip the side of the field they were going to run to, and it still didn't work. Yeah, Randall's just got to get faster in the offseason, so that's something we got to keep an eye on. Otherwise, maybe just run it right up the middle every time. Alright, there, Randall got blown up again. Man, I'm just trying to get him something positive, honestly. This is the final play of the game, why not run it? You're a Giants fan, they beat the Bears? Yeah. Carolina won on Thursday, so, you know, that was good for me. Oh, dang, there's still 2 seconds left. I could have done better, I think, but oh well. This blowout is just about over. Nebraska City dominated from start to finish. Second team offense and defense came in for the final half pretty much. Came about halfway through the third quarter. And this game is finally over. Final score, Nebraska City 41, UConn 7. That'll do it for me. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, everybody.